Here's something nobody tells you about aging. The hardest part isn't the body, the reflection in the mirror, or the number each birthday drums up that makes you flinch. The hardest part is keeping it to yourself. So we go quiet. And today I want to talk about what that silence. Let's start by saying the quiet parts out loud. The friend who stopped calling you and you never really showed how much that hurt. The day you walked into a room and realized you were invisible and you never quite knew when that happened. Grief, the actual grief that happens when you suddenly miss the version of yourself that you were and you don't know where she went. We absorb all of this silently because somewhere along the way, we kind of thought that by not absorbing it silently, we became one of those kind of women. You know, the kind that can't let go, the kind that's absorbed with their looks, the kind that should know better by now. So we swallow it, all these feelings. They just go underground and somehow they turn to shame. And here's the part that gets me. Silence convinces yourself you're the only one. You're the only one whose friendships are dissolving. You're the one who's questioning your reflection. And you're the one who suddenly feels a little unmoored, a little unsure who you are now that the old markers are gone. Except you're not. Every woman has felt a version of this. But because nobody says it, we all sit in our individual houses thinking we're the only ones. We think somehow we're broken. Silence doesn't protect us. It isolates us into a feeling that's universal. We're all in the same room and we're all whispering, is this just me? Well, it's not just you. It never was just you. So if the silence hurts us, who's it actually benefiting? Because somebody always benefits. And do you know who benefits the most? The anti-aging industry. Because a woman who's quietly ashamed is the woman who buys all the anti-aging creams and serums and medical procedures. They need you to feel there's a problem so they can sell you the solution. And then there's the simpler version. The world is much more comfortable when women don't make a fuss, when we age quietly, agreeably, when we don't say the inconvenient thing at the dinner table. The quiet is profitable. The quiet is convenient, but it's not good for the woman living inside of it. Now, here's the part I want you to take with you. Something happens when you say the unsayable out loud. The first time you say to another woman, I miss being seen. I grieve who I was. I don't know who I am right now. And that other woman looks at you and says, oh my goodness, me too. And you suddenly realize you're not alone. That moment is everything because it finally strips the fear and sadness that you're all alone. Shame needs the dark. The moment you say it, it brings light to it. It's not a private failing anymore. It's something you can experience with another human being. And that's not a small thing. That's the whole thing. Honesty doesn't make aging harder. It makes it survivable, communal, and it makes it interesting. So let me offer a different frame. Aging is change. And change is always meant to be talked about, not locked away in some room. We don't ask grief to be silent. We don't ask any other life transition to exist in total silence. Why this one? And to be clear, I'm not telling you to stay positive. I'm not handing you some gratitude journal that you need to write down everything good in your life. That's just another kind of silence dressed up a little nicer. I'm telling you to stay honest. The good parts, the bad parts, the genuinely strange parts, all of it. And say it out loud. Honesty is the actual freedom here, not pretending it's wonderful, not pretending it's fine, just telling the truth about it. So here's where I land. The years were never the enemy. The number on the cake was never hurting you. What's hurting you is the pressure to pretend nothing is happening, to perform, to age gracefully as you quietly fall apart at the seams. Break the silence and take the power back. Not because you've solved aging. You can't solve aging because you've stopped doing it alone. So, in the comments below, tell us what you've been silent about. I'll guarantee you there are other women who need to hear it. If you can, please subscribe and thanks for the chat.